Okay, hi all. Welcome back, guys, and thank you so much for joining session. So for today's session, we'll be discussing about how to create the project, how to create the framework. Okay, so currently we are getting started basically. Okay, with repo creation and then the software installation, right? So let's assume in the first step, the particular first step is for your project, right? So let me check if my screen is visible. Yes, I'm sharing my screen. Okay, let me just ensure, guys, I'm sharing my screen. Okay, so perfect. Cool. I hope my screen is visible now. Please confirm. Yes. Okay. Yes, Abhishek, I hope my screen is visible, right? Yes, yes, visible. Okay, great. Yeah, thank you so much. Yes, good. So yes, perfect. Okay, see, the first step is to have access to the remote repo, and that remote repo we need to clone into our local repo. But before that as well, we need to do installation for certain softwares, which will include Git, your the access to the GitHub, then the Eclipse ID, then the programming for programming. So for current project, we'll be targeting Java as a programming language. So for that reason, we would be needing JDK, that is the Java Development Kit installation, and then we'll do the setup for the environment variables. Okay. So first we'll do the installation for Git. So how to do installation for Git? So we just need to navigate to the Google and just type Git install, right? So we'll see this installation page, and over here we could see there are different, different operating systems, Windows, Mac, Linux, and others as well. Okay. So respectively, we need to choose the respective tab so that you'll see now I did switch to the Mac OS. Okay. But currently I'm on the Windows, so I'll be, you know, downloading the particular version. So over here, here is the button to download. Okay, I think someone is there in the meeting. Okay, so okay, so over here we do have button to download it, right? So I'll just go ahead and download it. So over here in the first step, we'll see, guys. Okay, Git is currently getting downloaded. Let it complete. Okay, so yes, fine. Okay, so see, over here you'll see the Git and its version 2.533.0, right? And I'll be just going through the licensing terms and all, and then I'll be moving further. I'll be keeping the settings as default. I do not want to modify anything. Okay, cool. Okay, yes, I'll just keep as it is. I'll not make any custom changes for now. Okay, fine. Okay, and I'll just click on install. Okay, so it is currently asking me for password, guys. I'll be just providing the password details. Okay, so perfect. I just did provided the credentials so that the installation will get started, right? Okay. Fine. So currently I could see the setup was unable to create because access is denied for now. Okay. So what I need to do, one moment. I need a admin rights for doing the installation. Okay. So I'll be navigating back here. Okay, I'll be just clearing out the previous data. So cool. Okay. I'll be navigating back here. I'll be opening the software as administrator. Yep. Now I'll do the installation one more time. So see, in my case, I already did, install. So that is why it is showing, hey, Git is already exist. Do you want to continue? So for now, I'll just continue. Okay? So just to show all the steps, I'll keep all the settings default as such. We do not need to modify. Okay, then I'll move further. I'll move to the next step. Next, next, next. Okay, I'll just keep it default. And in the end, I'll click on install. So these are the pretty straightforward steps, guys, we need to follow in order to install the Git. Okay. Right. So let it complete. We'll be going very step by step so that every step will be captured. Okay. Okay, let it complete. Okay, perfect. I believe the setup is completed now. Right, perfect. So do you see the Git setup is completed now? I'll just uncheck those options because currently I do not want to open the Git for now. So perfect. My first setup thing is done, right? Git is done. Okay, Git is done. Second thing, I should have access to the GitHub so that I can access my project. Okay. So currently for now, I do have access to the GitHub. Okay. And for GitHub guys, we just need to sign up using for practice, we just need to sign up using our Gmail ID so that GitHub account will be created. Okay. So for demonstration purpose, you can just create your own GitHub account, and over here, I'll be just providing the link. Okay. To sign up. So we can sign up using the GitHub, like Google account, and we can create our GitHub account. Okay, so that is a step. So I already do have account, so you guys can create for your own. Okay, cool. Next step is to install the IDE. So for the particular project development, that is which is Java based, right? So that is why we'll be selecting the Eclipse. So I'll be just simply going to the Google for doing the installation of Eclipse. I'll navigate back here, and over here I'll just go to the Google and I'll search for Eclipse download. Eclipse download, and you'll see the very first URL. Okay, so side by side I'll try to provide the URLs here as part of modes, so later you guys can access it. Okay, so let me provide the URL for your Git as well. Okay, so this is the reference URL for Git, right? I believe few couple of folks waiting in the lobby. Okay, so let me just check. Okay, cool. So currently, I did provided a URL to install Git, then sign up for the GitHub. And third thing, currently we are doing that is the Eclipse installation, right? So I'll just open the same URL here. Okay. So over here, if I scroll it down, you'll see there are multiple options available. Okay. So let me just keep it nice. Okay. So over here, if we go here, you'll see a download option is available here. So currently I'm using a Windows system with 64-bit architecture, right? So that is why I'll be just selecting here a 64-bit, and you'll see there is a download button. I'll click on it. So as soon as I click on it, you'll see the installation for Eclipse ID is started. Okay. And for my current system, it is as it is the 64-bit. So most probably all the current latest system having 64-bit architecture. So do not worry about that. Okay. Cool. So let it download the installation straight. Okay. Cool. So now the Eclipse is downloaded, right? I'll navigate back and I'll just try to refresh it. So over here, you'll see the setup file for Eclipse, right? Which is required for writing our test script, right? I'll just click on it and I'll run it as administrator. I'll try to provide the credentials, my computer credentials, basically the username and password. So guys, all the steps we just need to follow step by step so that we won't face any setup related issues, right? Good. So the setup is currently loading. Let's wait. Okay. So over here, like you could see, there is a first option, guys, Eclipse IDE for Java developers. See, we are going to use Eclipse as ID for writing our test script, and we'll be using the Java programming language, right? So that is why I'll be selecting the first option, and this particular option helps us for Java developers, including the automation keyway, because it would provide support for your Gradle, Maven, which are the build tool, right, for dependency management and all. Okay, so for that reason I'll be just selecting the first option. So over here, please have a look at the path, guys. Okay. So it is going to do the installation under folder users, EHP, Eclipse, Java, this particular version, right? So for now, I'll keep as it is. I'll not make any changes and I'll just hit install button. Okay, let it install. Okay. So it will take some time depending on, system speed and config. So please make sure when we are working on, any installation steps, we should have sufficient space into the C drive so that, installation will go smooth, right? So, okay. See, for very first time, there is kind of, message like it will take a bit longer time than usual because it is, trying to download certain components from these particular resources. Okay. So that is why we just need to ensure like we do have a working internet connection and proper speed while doing the installation. And believe me, guys, these are just one-time steps, right, for project setup. So once the project is set up, then we'll be only working on script writing, we'll be working on the framework design, we'll be working on the framework maintenance. So yeah, project setup is kind of one-time activity for each project. Okay. Okay, meanwhile, it is taking a bit longer time. Meanwhile, I'll try to explain further things. See, once the Eclipse installation is done, then we need to move towards the programming language. So as we are going to use the Java, right, we would need JDK, right? So it depends on, what kind of Eclipse version we are installing. Some versions, uh, having built-in Java support. But yeah, let's say we are going with some older version or previous version where we do not have direct support for the JDK, right? So in such a scenario, we can go to the Google, okay, and we can just search for JDK installation or Java installation, okay. So you'll find the official resource here, a Java downloads, right? And if I scroll it down, so you'll see the Java 25 is the latest version, okay? And there are other versions also available. JDK 25, that is the Java Development Kit, is the long-term support LTS version, and it is the standard edition, guys. See, as a automation keyway, will be referring to core Java, right? So that is why we'll be using the standard edition. Okay. So there are different versions of Java: standard edition, mobile edition, enterprise edition. But as we are going to use it for the automation purpose, we'll be morely focusing on the core concepts. Okay, cool. If I scroll it down, you'll see here the particular SDK version signed all. And over here, we do have three different platforms, guys: Linux, Mac, and Windows. So as currently we are doing the installation on Windows, I'll just navigate to the Windows. And over here again, we do have different options like, the complex version, then the installer, MSI installer. So we can go with either one of the versions. So let me just choose the zip file version, right? So I'll just try to download it here. Meanwhile, let me see previous version. So do you see, guys, my Eclipse setup is done, right? And it is saying, hey, I have installed the Eclipse version, particular recent version at this particular location. So do you want to create a menu? Do you want to create a shortcut and launch? So I'll simply click yes, right? And let me go ahead and let me just simply click yes. Do you see, guys, the latest version is currently installed, that is 2025-12. Okay, cool. So it will take some time and it will load the Eclipse ID. Meanwhile, let me show you the JDK installation as well. Okay. So I believe my setup is done. It totally depends on the internet speed, guys. Okay. So while doing the installation, please have patience. Okay. So that there won't be any setup related issues. Perfect. See, my JDK folder, like JDK setup is downloaded, which is into the complex zip format. I first need to extract it. So I'll just extract it here itself. Okay. Okay. Meanwhile, okay, cool. So let it extract in the background. Okay. So meanwhile, do you see my Eclipse ID is launched successfully. Okay. And over here, you could see my working directory, right? The workspace where I would be adding my all the projects and all. So I'll just select, I'll just keep default as it is. What it is saying, like currently I'm having the, previous project structure at the same location. So do you want me to override that? So for now, I do not want to override my existing structure, right? So for that reason, I'll be just changing the workspace. So what I'll do, I'll just add the workspace here. I'll just navigate back here. Okay, I'll just create the new workspace, guys, over here. Eclipse workspace. Hmm. Uh, Workspace is nothing but folder in system, guys. Okay. So do you see I did created one folder, Eclipse workspace new, and then I'll keep it as default. Okay. Selection every time, and then I'll click on launch. So let me complete the Eclipse part, and then I'll navigate back to the JDK. So now it will take some time, and it will do the setup. It will just open the setup. Okay. So let it load. We'll be going very step by step manner for the very first, on the project setup side, so that we won't have any setup related issues. Okay, cool. I believe my setup is ready. Okay, there are certain issues, that's fine. For now, I'll just ignore them, and later I'll try to fix it offline. Okay. So cool. So once the setup and everything is done, it will just launch the Eclipse ID, and the new workspace is allocated for your project creation and all. On the top, you'll see that workspace. Okay, cool. And on the bottom side, you'll see if there are certain progress process going on, so that progress we can track it here in the right left, right bottom corner basically. So if I just click on it, so currently it is trying to load, setup for very first time, so it will take some time. I can let it complete.